My name is Dennis Rogera. I'm from Rwanda, which is East Africa. So I was born in Nairobi, Kenya. Grew up in Uganda for a little while and lived the rest of my life in Rwanda. The reason I was born in Kenya is because my family was forced into exile like a long time ago. Rwanda has a history of conflict, civil conflicts. And so my family is one of the groups that was forced into exile. And so my family met outside of Rwanda, so I was born outside of Rwanda. And got to move to the country after the war subsided. So I've lived in Rwanda since '95 till 2008.
In 1990, the Rwandan Patriotic Front, a rebel group primarily composed of Tutsi refugees, invaded northern Rwanda from Uganda in an attempt to overthrow the Hutu-led government. This spark of conflict marks the beginning of the Rwandan Civil War, fought between the Hutu regime and the Tutsi people. The 1994 assassination of the Hutu leader set off a violent reaction, in turn inciting Hutu groups to conduct mass killings of Tutsis. These mass killings would become what is now remembered as the Rwandan genocide.
The country has been able to overcome, to a certain degree, the ethnic discrimination. The group that was persecuted for a very long time, once they were in power, they decided to fight back with nonviolence. So basically, they just decided to forgive and help the people that perpetrated get integrated back in the community. So seeing how successful the country is because of the philosophy of nonviolence that the leaders had, it's just shown me it's always the way to go to stop violence. That's always the best way to combat violence, through nonviolence. I don't know. I think human beings are a very interesting creature. They usually resort to violence than nonviolence. I guess nonviolence is the most difficult alternative, but I guess I choose to be hopeful, to believe that it is possible. I mean, in some countries it has proven to be possible, and it's always the better way. If you want peace, it's definitely the only option, to pursue nonviolence. But I would say it's worth giving it a try. There is hope. If people try it, it will be successful. But are human beings in general willing to pursue that? I don't know. It's seeing what's happening in the world today.
My name is Bonifacio Lopez Torres. I was born in Mexico, but I came to the U.S. when I was 10. And ever since, I've been back and forth, like every 2 years or sometimes every year. I've never actually experienced violence attack like me personally. And so, I mean, I grew up in a very peaceful environment. My parents are always have always their philosophy, treat others how you want to be treated. Came to the U.S. In the middle of central Arkansas, and so that's where I grew up, and I mean, it's just very peaceful. And you hear and you learn as you grow up all the wars that have occurred, and even though, I mean, yes, I grew up in a very peaceful environment, I don't think the ideal world exists. So, I mean, I wish that everybody could grow up like I did, in the peaceful environment. But I know that there are others out there who have been with very difficult times.